Hello, this is Monique McDonald. And if you're looking for more one-on-one help with your voice and how to make it magnetic, I want to invite you to check out my coaching packages at themagneticvoice.com. Then click Transform with Monique and book a complimentary connection call. Let's see if we can find a package for you that will fit all of your needs. I'm so grateful for your listening to the Magnetic Voice podcast, and I can't wait to meet you and continue the conversation. Take care. See you soon.
Welcome to The Magnetic Voice, here on the Experience of the Soul podcast channel, a show where speakers and singers learn how to be more magnetic and align their voices to the divine within. Today, episode 78, Oh, Joy. And now your host, Monique McDonald.
Hello and welcome to the Magnetic Voice podcast. My name is Monique McDonald and I am here with the lovely Shannon Kropf. Hey, Shannon.
Hi, Monique. How are you?
I am so grateful to be here.
Awesome.
How are you doing?
I'm good. You know, December is a crazy time, and I thought some of that was going to be over when I stepped out of the music world, but I think it's gotten worse.
Oh.
So yeah, it's things are great. Things are great. Life is good.
Life is good. Well, the name of our podcast today is Oh, Joy. And I was thinking about it, but really what I meant was, oh, joy.
Oh.
Because I am looking around me at my email, it's just everybody is in this mad dash to getting everything done by the end of the year. In my entrepreneurial space, everybody's selling everything they can.
Sure.
And doing like all kinds of events and trying to get them all in by the end of the year.
Yes.
And I am attending some of these events and just noticing the eyes of the people.
Okay.
There's kind of this crazed. What else am I supposed to do now? Oh, I forgot that.
Ugh.
And so you put that with preparing for the holidays.
Right.
And I'm just noticing people are forgetting 'tis the season.
Right.
To be what?
They're...
Jolly.
Oh, joy.
Oh, yeah. Joy. So today I thought it might be fun for you and me and all of our listeners to just take a deep breath. Like just be still and take a moment for reflection. And think about the year. And not think about what you accomplished in the year and all the fantastic things that happened, but just to think about the joys of the year, the wins, the victories, the moments that you didn't expect.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
So I can tell you, I can start with the first one was I started the year with a trip to Hawaii, which...
Do you know, I've never been.
Well, I hadn't either.
Oh, wow.
And I went for a training and I got certified the year before. I had spent working very hard towards this certification in conscious transformational coaching, which is a healing modality that permanently erases trauma. And Shannon, I think we were talking about this at the last podcast. And the certification happened in Hawaii.
Well, that is the place to do it, right?
Right. And one of my colleagues that was in this certification program lived on the big island of Oahu in Hawaii. And so we did a little retreat, and I didn't think I was going to be able to go because money can be tight the end of the year. And
absolutely.
And it all magically worked out. And it turned out to be one of the most joyful, unexpected joy I think in my life, because it was, you know, how it is. You see Hawaii on TV and movies and you're like, oh my God, I want to go there. And then I got there, and because I was on the big island and not, you know, the vacation islands,
like the
right?
cute little tucked away, you know. Yeah.
It was an unexpected. There was an energy that I didn't expect. Standing next to a live volcano was something I didn't expect. Like I did not expect that, and what that did to my energy. So that was an unexpected joy that came from not only getting certified, which was a big victory, a big win, but to be in that place that some say is the birthplace of the entire world. Right. Life itself. So that was really something amazing. And I found some new mentors. Nice. I found some new mentors that Jennifer Hoff is one of them. And I'm sure she's going to come on and we're going to have a lovely conversation. But she's all about fun and all about joy and about, you know, how to find joy in your cells, right?
Right.
She loves quantum physics and embodiment, and she's quite a spectacular lady. So that was something that I wasn't expecting, an unexpected joy as well. Yeah. How about for you, Shannon?
Well, I was just sitting here thinking, okay, I know she's going to ask me. You know, it's been a weird time for me for a couple of years now. And I think my unexpected joys let me set it up this way. Dave and I both have this energy that we know that 2024 is going to be a big pivotal year for us. So that's fantastic. But as you know, when these things start to bubble up, there's all of this elimination work and all of this making space for the new, and, you know, getting things, for lack of a better word, just getting things in order in life, in finances, in business, and this whole thing. And, you know, for a couple of years, I've been just kind of sitting here and just existing. And so I think my biggest joy, if I'm in like this little cocoon, or I almost see like a little egg. I'm in a little eggshell. And my biggest joy this year was noticing that there was a little crack of light.
Beautiful.
You know, just like Oh,
Yes.
joy. Oh, I forgot. There's light out
Oh,
there.
Shannon, I love
Oh.
that. And that's actually the spirit of what I wanted for today, right? To perhaps
Mm-hmm.
find a little crack for everyone listening
Yeah,
of joy, of letting
absolutely.
the light in. And
Mm-hmm.
even though it may not be, even though it may be a very dark time for those of you within the sound of my voice, with all the hustle and bustle and getting ready for all the things. And I think there's a unspoken kind of mad dash to get things ready for the new year,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Right.
So that I think that's sort of playing in the background, that like there's a timer going on, that we may not even be
Right.
conscious of. And if there is darkness, to know that this too shall pass, and there can't be darkness
Right.
without light, and that the light is
Right.
often just right
Yeah.
behind the clouds. And the other thing that I wanted
Mm-hmm.
to talk about today is about, if we seek joy, right? So I'm sitting here
Mm-hmm.
thinking about, what other joys did I experience this year? And as I keep looking for it, more things are coming, and
Nice.
so I just want to invite everyone to just give yourself, what do we have? About 20 minutes for this podcast, to really just take a breath and open up the space within you for joy.
Mm-hmm.
Because with everything going on, it's like we forget. And when the joy shows up, to consciously breathe it in.
Right.
Right? I was visiting
Right.
friends for Thanksgiving, and they have 2 kids, and I hadn't seen them for a while. And it was another unexpected joy, but it tinged with a little bit of a nostalgia, if I'm honest, because
Mm.
they were so much bigger and smarter and
Right.
more grown up, and so it was a joy to have them around and to be there present for the holidays with them, but also a little bit of, wow, that happens really fast. The growing up part, I mean.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's the beauty of
Yeah.
kids, right? You kind of can see
Mm.
it more clearly. It's much more evident, the changes,
Right.
especially if you've been away from them for a little while and then you come back and see them again. But for
Right.
us, it's harder to see. It's harder to
Mm-hmm.
see how we've grown, how we've changed, how we are a little bit better at life than we were last year,
Yeah. Yeah.
right?
Right.
I think
Right.
these tiny joys, we miss them. I think we miss them
Yeah.
unless we're on the lookout for them.
Yeah. And I'm just having a thought, and like all thoughts on this show, I'm going to articulate it in real time as I
I
think
love
it.
that
So
about you, by
it
the
may
way.
be ungraceful. So I ask your apologies and everybody listening. But I'm having this thought when you mentioned nostalgia, that really hit me in a particular way. And I have been feeling extremely nostalgic this year. And not just in a, days gone by, but like
Yeah.
those days are gone. Those days can't come again because we can't go back in time. And I'm as you're talking, I'm realizing that the nostalgia that I'm feeling is for the joy of being with my family, with my dad, with my grandparents, with my aunts and uncles who have passed now. And when you said missing joy, I was like, oh God, yeah, I miss the
Right.
joy of those times. And so as you're talking, I'm thinking, okay, well, can't bring daddy back. So that's out of the question. What do we do? And I think that, I think it's important for us all to not just be on the lookout for joy, but create opportunities where joy can be present.
Oh, yes,
If
absolutely.
that makes sense. Like, Dave and I, we have like zero social life anymore because once the pandemic was over, we were just kind of like, I don't know, I'm comfy, cool. You want to watch another movie? Yeah, all right. But and there's joy in that of a different, there's the home feet up in front of the fire kind of joy there. But how can I, here at the end of the year, how can I create
Absolutely.
a space for joy to come into?
I love that. I
don't quite know
think
the
that's
answer to that,
just
but,
something, I'm a full believer that because that thought came to you, the solution came as well, right? It's right there. And we just have
yeah,
to put our attention on it.
yeah,
And going back to that nostalgia, this is something that is just so important to practice. I was at a meeting to celebrate Halloween or Samhain, in the pagan community. And one
yeah,
of the things that you do, because they say, November 1st and October 31st is when the veil between the worlds is the thinnest, right? So, which is where all those
yes,
ghost and
yeah.
goblin stories come from. And the Day of the
and the Day
Dead,
of the
yes,
Dead,
all of that.
and
And one of the things
yes,
that we did at that meeting was say the names of the ancestors past
mm-hmm.
and tell a funny story
Mm-hmm.
about them. So that is a way to still have joy in this moment, right here and now, even for those that we can no longer see and touch, because I don't believe they go anywhere. It's just harder for us that are here left alone. So that might be something you might want to do.
Yeah. It reminds me of something we did last Christmas. Here in the U.S., we're spoiled rotten. We have most everything we need. Yeah. We have people, including us, renting space off-site to keep all their crap in, because the houses aren't big enough to hold all the stuff. And so we just, last year, me and Dave and Mama just decided we weren't going to spend a whole lot of money on presents and stuff, just because, we're good to each other all year long. It's, So I created these sheets, and I don't remember off the top of my head what was on them, but it was basically, a place to write down your Christmas memories. And we spent a couple of weeks of December all furiously scribbling away in the corner, and folded them up on Christmas Eve, all secretive. Nobody saw each other yet. Folded them up all secretive, put the envelopes on the tree, and then Christmas morning we opened these memories and shared them together.
What a beautiful tradition.
So there's this whole other joy. Yeah. So she's going out to see my sister and her family in Oklahoma this Christmas, and she's going to take some of those sheets with her.
I love that, Shannon.
And have them do
that
the same thing.
That is so beautiful. I love that. And that is exactly what you said. This is a beautiful way to create a container for joy. Yeah,
Yeah, absolutely.
I love it. Well, all right. So, for those of you listening, here are some things I'd love you to just take a minute and jot down some joyful moments. It can be personal milestones, career triumphs, having an impact on your community, health and wellness victories, creative endeavors, relationship milestones, financial triumphs, sports achievements. Like, just go back. I would just take a minute and let your mind and awareness wander back through 2023 and give yourself those moments of joy. Give it to yourself. And say the names of people that you may not have seen for a while, that you may never see again, at least not in the form that we're in right now.
Right,
And
right.
say their names out loud and tell fun stories about them, and let yourself experience the memories of joy that you shared with them. And I'm going to leave you with a quote from Ernest Holmes from Ideas of Power. He says, "There is a laughter of God. Let's laugh it. There is a song of the universe. Let's sing it. There is a hymn of praise. Let's praise it. There is a joy, a beauty. There is a deep, abiding peace. Let's experience it together." Thank you so much for listening, and I wish you joy. Oh, joy!
Oh, joy.
So, in this moment, I want you to take a deep breath and imagine a time when you were filled with joy. Just bring yourself to a moment of joy. It can be anything. It can be hearing children laugh. It can be sitting down to dinner with a beloved. It can be hearing somebody say something that was not what they actually said and laughing. Let yourself be taken to this moment of joy and just notice where it appears in your body. Where are you having that sensation of joy in your body? And wherever it is, I invite you to breathe into it and enjoy it. And just notice the sensation. Is it tickling you from inside? Is it a rumbling in your tummy? Is it your heart quickening with love and laughter? And just breathe and allow yourself to be taken over by it. And perhaps a little giggle wants to come out. Let it. Let the joy overtake you. Give yourself over to it. Let yourself be filled with gratitude for joy, for laughter. Feel yourself in joy. It's such an amazing feeling. Sometimes it's a loud feeling, and sometimes it's a whisper. Excuse me, but whatever it is, be with it and watch it. Remind yourself that you can come to this joy whenever you want to, no matter what's going on around you. I remember some of my saddest moments. Even when someone died and I was at a funeral, and it was the most sad moment. Inevitably, something would happen and there would be laughter. And there's always the part of us that thinks that's wrong because it's a solemn occasion, or we're in the throes of suffering, whatever we're suffering through, or old wounds get stirred up and we're experiencing darkness. But when you really practice joy, you notice that it's always present. Even in the darkest times, there's joy. Even when there's sadness, joy is right around the corner. And so today, as we remind ourselves of the unexpected joys of this year, as we allow ourselves to take a walk back through the year, from joy to joy, from laughter to laughter. Remember that with darkness, there's always light. With sadness, there's always joy. Even if we can't feel it or see it, it's right there. And we just have to move through and bring our focus back to the joy and trust that it's there waiting for us. Sometimes the quickest way to moving through whatever life brings us, that's a challenge, is to find the humor, is to find the joy, to laugh at ourselves, and remember, this too shall pass. We can't stay in one thing for very long. But when we actively look for joy, when we remind ourselves in even our darkest hours to look out for joy, when we consciously create the space within ourselves for joy, it's always there. And we might even say, oh, joy. I remember joy. I really did forget. And we might laugh at ourselves, not making fun, but just knowing that sometimes we forget. We forget the joy and happiness and the laughter is always present, even in the face
of our darkest moments, because we are created in the image of the divine. And with all emotions, there's a season, and the seasons change. So today, look for the joy. Bring yourself back to joy. You deserve it. You are it. Thank you for the laughter. Thank you for the smiles. Thank you for the tickling, giggling, delicious energy of joy right here, right now. And so it is.
We hope you've enjoyed this episode of The Magnetic Voice here on the Experience of the Soul podcast channel. This channel is made possible because of listeners just like you. If you would like to support the channel with your tax-deductible contribution on an ongoing basis or through a one-time gift, head over to experienceofthesoul.com/support. The Magnetic Voice is copyright 2022 Monique McDonald, all rights reserved. Our theme music is composed by Dave Kropf and used with permission. The Experience of the Soul podcast channel is a production of 818 Studios.
Hey friends, Sean here, your Experience of the Soul producer. I want to take a moment to tell you about something truly exciting. The SoulWorks online community, created by your host, Cynthia Alice Anderson, and available on the Mighty Networks app. If you're looking for a place where you can explore your spiritual path, connect with others, and grow in a meaningful way, then this is for you. SoulWorks is so much more than an online community. It's a safe, inclusive space for spiritual exploration, self-discovery, and personal transformation. Inside the community, you'll find everything from uplifting spiritual studies to soul-centered growth practices, meditations, affirmations, and so much more. It's a space where you'll always be supported and never judged. The best part, membership is free. You'll have access to powerful resources, inspiring content, and a supportive group of like-minded people who are all on their own unique spiritual journeys. And if you're ready to dive deeper, there are premium options available to enhance your experience with a live Monday night talk series and extended, deeper meditations. If you're seeking a place to connect, grow, and nurture your soul, we would love to have you join us in the SoulWorks community and see where this journey can take you. Visit my.soulworkscommunity.com today.